Brent, while ballot counts continue in a number of battleground states, those here in Connecticut have begun to gather at City Hall in New Britain. They are gathering to express one message: every vote counts. Now, the organization Connecticut Students for a Dream organized tonight's post-election rally, joining the nationwide fight to make sure all votes are counted as we await the decision for the next president of the United States. This is the second post-election rally here in Connecticut. This past Wednesday, supporters gathered at the state capitol, raising awareness on the importance of voting. Now, a number of these protests began popping up around the country after comments made from President Trump, where he questioned the results of ballots still being counted. And organizers here say they want people to realize the privilege it is for everyone to be able to vote.
We wanted it to be, I guess, as fair as possible, but really understanding that so many people don't get to vote. We have people that with felony records, we have people that have been living here all their lives but don't have papers, we have permanent residents that can't vote. So although we want every vote to be counted, that is something we recognize as well.
And organizers tell me they are planning for another Count Every Vote rally tomorrow if all the votes are not in. We're live in New Britain. Nia Maldonado, Fox 61 News.